Yo, what's going on, everybody? In today's video, we have an exciting new update on the upcoming release of Verdansk Season 3 update. They just released a whole bunch of stuff. Call of Duty just tweeted out a COD blog. So we're going to go through that, a whole bunch of new information, some exciting stuff that we're seeing, quality of life changes, new updates, and a whole bunch more. So let's get right into it, guys. We have a whole bunch that we have to cover. Okay, so right after stat, Battle Royale that started it all is back, rebuilt. The ground up, get all the details from Call of Duty Warzone's original big map, including and returning features and original gameplay modes, plus details on huge launch event with 20 free rewards. Equip your Kilo, CR, AMAX, HDR. The drop is April 3rd. Okay, cool. Welcome home. Blah, blah, blah. Right here, off the bat, they give us the roadmap. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm going to kind of zoom in on this a little bit. That way we get a better view of it. That looks good. Okay. Verdansk the map, Gulag Showers, we love it. Battle Royale, Rebirth Resurgence, Plunder, Battle Royale Casual. I wonder what that means. That'll be interesting. Maybe they'll have a little bit. Battle Royale Ranked Play in season. They already said it was going to be in season 3.5 Reloaded. High Trip Resurgence Limited Time Mode. That's probably a 420 mode. So that's cool. They're adding new game. I don't even think we've gotten a cool event game mode, like limited time mode, in a while. So that'll be fun. Squad redeploy and buy station. That's a new quality of life update. These are all quality of life updates. I'm going right here in the corner. Detailed death recap widget. Unsuppressed live ping affected by. Okay. Inspect to view attachments. So that'll be really cool. You inspect, I think a little UI thing pops up with your attachments. That's awesome. Field upgrades in squad widget. That's really nice. They already kind of added the Gulag token if you had a Gulag still with your teammates or if your teammate was holding UAV. But now it'll show if they have a field upgrade, which is great. You're able to kind of figure out how to play situations, what we have in our arsenal, like especially because a lot of people, they only know how to really shoot. But if you see, oh hey, we're going into a building, I have no nades. You have a muni, drop that muni for me. Let's just nade it out real quick, see if we can't get a knock. Little things like that change the whole dynamic of fights. Okay, so Battle Royale, 150 players. Vehicle rebalance, we already talked about that in the last video. The Hetley is returning. We already talked about that. We already knew that again. This is all in the last. Some of the stuff might be in the last video, so if you guys want, I just dropped another video. You can watch that one as well. Shooting during free fall. This is, for me, I personally love this. This was an amazing feature. I felt like they should have never taken out. It made the game feel so much more fun. The play styles, like, especially being a solo player, that my biggest advantage was being able to knock somebody before I could even hit the ground. Having to wait to hit the ground before I can even fire a shot left me at such a disadvantage, especially when I'm trying to 1v4 people. Being able to shoot people in the air just changes the whole dynamic of fighting. It's super fun. It's definitely where I think Warzone needs to be headed. Vertical buy station menu is awesome. Already talked about that. Supply run and recon contracts, awesome. Gold contracts are coming back. Thermite's returning. That's cool. Return to Verdansk is an event. I think they'll talk more about that. Circle pacing, cinematics, contract multiplier. They brought back the contract multiplier. Me and somebody were just literally talking about that. Are they going to bring that back? That's huge for the multiplier. It's huge for money and XP. Announcer and victory screen. It looks like they're kind of upgrading that or bringing more of that classic feel back to it. Specialist perk pack, big game bounty later to come, and more. And they just have a picture of a train. All right, let's keep going. In the highly detailed blog, we break down the rebuilding process, lengthy showcase, blah, blah, blah. It kind of did this. This is the COD blog that we watch. If you guys really want to see an in-depth of the COD pod, we literally just reacted to it in the video before. So go ahead and check that out if you guys want to see more in-depth of how they kind of built the map up and all that fun stuff. Okay. April 2nd, they just announced that they'll be dropping the new season. Then make your preload the game prior. Season 3 launch on April 2nd comes. We got a preload, okay. Rebuilt from the ground up, just as you remember. Familiar, enhanced, and improved. Verdansk is rebuilt from the ground up, meticulously created with a variety of light adjustments, quality of life improvements, examples you need to know. Expect the intel on some exact one-to-one map duplication, enhanced details to structures and draw distances, additionally cosmetic details improved access along steep slopes and across buildings, and more. Combat on the Castanovian coast. Get ready for engagements along the southern cliffs. The newly accessible coast and shoreline trenches are detailed. That'll be fun. That'll be interesting. Something a little bit new, a little bit more in depth. When Verdansk returns April 2025, players who dropped in 5 years previously, March 10th, 2020, should instantly recognize this as the original big map Call of Duty Warzone experience. This version of Verdansk has been painstakingly rebuilt from the ground up to give you the very best battle royale experience possible. That experience balances the immersion, adjusted movement mechanics, which is very interesting. I want to see what that looks like. The signature gameplay you remember, and the other original Call of Duty Warzone, one overriding goal to relive the classic nostalgic Verdansk map we all remember. I really feel like they are going for that feel. We will see. We're exploring the rugged wilderness of the northern villages, military base quarry for the first time, landing in superstore or hospital, to surviving your first movie of prison gulag. A great deal of work has gone into making Verdansk exactly detailed and authentic as possible. Shooting in the sky is just one of those versions that I thought we would never see again. And they are really going back on a lot of the things that they said that they liked and that they weren't going to go back on. In the most basic terms, the version of Verdansk is 95% a rebuilt version of Verdansk in 2020, with around 5% of the map's landscape receiving light adjustments and the quality of life improvements. Veteran players remembering back to Modern Warfare 2019 season should think of the Verdansk in Season 3 as a map that dropped in March 2020, with a few elements that the game's later seasons added, like the metro station entrances, and with variety other map changes scheduled across future seasons. That's awesome. We love to hear map changes. Okay, familiar enhanced improvements. We kind of talked about a lot of this stuff. A lot of it's just a lot of the rebuild and how they really are going for that really unique feel. And you can check these all in my past videos, guys. I don't want this to take too long because we've already covered a lot of this. This is kind of, I think that they're building up to something down below. So we're going to kind of skim past this, and they're just kind of showing us a little bit of the textures and enhanced details everywhere, which is just huge. Like a lot of it, it's old. We want to see it new. We want to see enhanced, good coloring, good view. Like I don't want to be dealing with dark corners and hallways and stuff like that. But we've already kind of talked about this. If you guys watch my videos, you kind of already know what I'm talking about. Okay. Now that you've seen a variety of limited, extremely subtle adjustments to quality of life, here's a general summary of what to expect across Season 3 of Verdansk as a whole. Trees aren't in precisely the same exact position as they were in the original map. Any parked vehicle that aren't drivable now look more like a smoldering wreckage, ensuring players can easily distinguish immovable automobiles from the cargo truck, LTV, and other vehicles. One of the biggest changes in the ability to swim, which wasn't originally possible, is the ability to swim. That is huge. So swimming is back, which is amazing. I think it's still a useful tool. It just shouldn't be the whole dynamic of the map, right? I don't want a whole river running through the entire fucking map. I don't want to. It's just that it gets so annoying sometimes. But I want to have that option, right? Send it out to the Castanovian Sea, that coastline accessible. We were talking about that. However, this isn't critical to gameplay. None of the rest of the map requires swimming, which is big. It's just that one part, so it's dynamic. Some of the more unforgiving areas of steep, rocky terrain have been adjusted so that mantling the traversal maneuvers are easier, and goat trails are a little bit more prominent. I like the goat trails because if you remember the maps, the rocks were really hard to kind of get through. Telephone and electrical poles have been slightly shortened in some locations to enable easier parachute landings. Obviously, we've all died to some stupid poles. Other traversal points in the areas that disadvantage some players have been given minor adjustments, allowing routes to rooftops that may have originally been accessible only to parachutes, which is huge. This includes the addition to newly positioned ladders. Love this. Doors can be barged through, are usually double hinged. They swing open in both directions, okay? You can be shot or blown open or closed. Okay. Centers weren't the only original Verdansk launch. They were originally added in Season 5 of Modern Warfare 2 and aren't planned to arrive until later into Season 3 in Battle Royale. These have been test fitted to numerous buildings to enable players to reach otherwise difficult to reach rooftops in preparation for them to return to the game. Okay? These aren't the original A-frame shape, but are the newer L shape of the current mechanics. That's awesome. I think the new ones are better anyways. Allowing for much travel first from the zipline rooftop, available to plunder at launch. They're scheduled to bolt to the rooftops and overhangs you remember from original Verdansk. Read more in the features of the blocks, okay? Lighting. I don't really want to read lighting stuff. Detail art passes through scenery. Okay. The HUD compass Text font from the top of the screen indicating the name and location you're in has been updated to match the current graphical user interface. The interface has been simplified as detailed later in the blog. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is a lot of stuff, guys. I hope you guys are locked in because I am locked in. I'm ready. I'm super stoked. Verdansk is back, featuring authentic back to basics gameplay with latest in favorite mechanics. There's a wide variety of features returning or incoming in the game. Omni movement adjustments, we kind of already talked about that. Fine tuning has been made to bring movement more in line with the player's experience in earlier days in Call of Duty Warzone. Like, we never left 150 players. The original announcer, awesome. Shooting during free fall, amazing. Original infill cinematics, okay. And then all before you hit the ground, that's awesome. Original game mechanics, original supply drops, floating loot, armor satchels, buy station, coupled with current loadouts and perks and high value loot zones across the maps where premium loot resides. Love it. A retro refresh, in-game loot gets a retro refresh. Thermite is back, while contracts in public matches, field upgrades, and kill streaks are back to basics. We love this. Cargo heli more. All gas no brakes. Circle collapses mechanics are now how you remember from 5 years ago with loadout drops at the 2nd and 5th circles. That's kind of that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be really interesting because I don't know if I like the second one. So-called endgame dead zones have been minimized. Okay, so they changed the circles. That's nice. Going to the world. Exterior centers are coming to Verdansk, but later in the season. Okay. Verdansk opens up. As season 3 progresses, expect the first points of interest to open up. This is just the start of the map adjustments you can expect over multiple seasons to come. Explore areas both topside and below ground. Drop onto a moving train and uncover bunkers, and more at mid-season. I think these are bunkers. A variety of quality of life updates also hits Call of Duty Warzone, including squad redeploys at buy stations, attachment description, and weapon indications. We kind of went over all that stuff. Secrets of Verdansk. There are more revelations, Easter eggs, and hidden clues to blank than ever before across season 3. I love it. That's kind of like what got me into a lot of the lore. You know, you kind of had fun with it. It's just that update, that vibe, that immersion feeling. It just felt great. With the arrival of the important map of the Warzone history has resulted in the return of the fan favorite features, numerous back to basics gameplay elements. Harken back to the very first iteration of the game. That's funny. Okay. Omni movement adjustments. The introduction of Omni movement has been a major stepping stone from the game, established a new foundation for player movement. Initially, Call of Duty Warzone adopted movement values directly from multiplayer with good intent, but adjustments are needed to better align the unique demands of Warzone. I agree. Serves as an opportunity to fine-tune player movement. Okay, we kind of knew that was happening. Nothing new. They didn't really. Additionally, changes are being made to Omni movement sprint, speed scaling, slide friction to address the strength of strafe engagements, while preserving the field sprint strafe for loading and general movement. Okay. Cool. I wonder if there's got to be more to that, though. Speed increases over the past 7 months. Okay. 150 players, original announcers. Okay. I mean, yeah, the original announcers, shooting during free fall, huge. Talked about that. Great armor satchel looting, loadouts, high loot value zones. So, supply boxes. These are supply boxes. These are resupply boxes. Scavenger supply boxes. Okay, we already kind of knew all that. Supply box colors. Once you are on the ground, it's time to loot. You're likely to hear the original hum. Okay, nice audio. I like that. All the kind of old feel, floating loot, old boxes, the sound, the music, original announcer, the victory screen. I mean, it's just all gonna give us that old feel that we've all been craving for. Original floating loot, current reusable supply boxes. The darker blue supply boxes that are refilled as the match progresses are also available across Verdansk. Love it. Original armor satchel. The original armor satchel, first added to season 3 reloaded of Verdansk, is also back, enabling 8 armor plates to be carried instead of the normal 5 without the satchel. The armor satchel is found in supply crates or at ground loot. Okay, so they changed the satchel holding a little bit. The original armor satchel takes place of the current armor satchel. All of the satchel types, the ammo satchel, are removed. Wow. Allowing for a close and original Verdansk experience as possible. Okay. Current loot pool, current loot user interface. Expect the type of loot you find on the ground from fallen enemies in the crates to be based on the selection of ornaments you can choose from currently Call of Duty Warzone. This includes weapons primary, pistol, melee. Tacticals, lethals, also see below available. Field upgrades, kill streaks are based on those available originally. Okay. Current loot user interface. Each item you have in the UI system applied to it allow for simple at-a-glance information rarity value. Current loadouts and perks before infill and Verdansk, we are able to create multiple custom loadouts as normal to use and match with the full selection of MW2, 3, 6 weapons. This includes weapons primary, so all your guns are going to be available. High value loot zones, introduction of Modern Warfare 3, now coming to Verdansk. Recognizable point of interest across the map may be identified as high value loot zones. That's awesome. Buy stations, original buy stations inventory. So the inventory is a list instead of like the box kind of buy that they've been using. So that's good. We're back to the original, and a couple UI quality of life updates has been made to that. Let's see. Munitions, equipment available as floating loot takes appearance of the items you remember originally. The pool of lethal tactical equipment in Verdansk has been adjusted to be closer to what is originally available when players first dropped. Field upgrades, munis, heartbeats, deployable cover, PDS, trophy, loadouts. Awesome. It's all going to be original, guys. That's really what I'm hearing. They're going for like what we first dropped with. Maybe they said season 3 is what you should like kind of think of when you look at this. A lot of the same UAVs, advanced UAVs, precision airstrike, cluster bunker busters. Bunker buster will be interesting. Flashbang, smoke, concussion, decoy, snapshot, grenade, stem, frag, Molotov, throwing knife. Note: not all fuel upgrades to kill streaks will be available in Verdansk at launch. Expect additional content within these equipment types mid-season and across future war zones. Okay. Returning lethal termite launch. Okay, cool. Thermite's back. Gold upgrades, original armor, deployable cover, heartbeat sensor, munis. Sweet. Talked about all those already. The baby monitor. Awesome. The trophy system. Now, I know the trophy system's coming back. It just makes me think of the cars coming back and the trophies. I kind of hope that they bring back that RPG C4 dynamic. That was a lot of fun. Okay. Selection support kill streaks echoes those available in March 2020. The cluster strike. Okay. Oh wait, what? Selection of support kill streaks echoes those available in March 2020 with cluster strike, precision airstrike UAV revealing enemies on your tac map for a short period of time available. The current advanced UAV showing enemies over a wider area with increased sweep frequency is also added to this lineup due to its added tactical benefits, though it is only available if players use 3 consecutive UAVs. Okay. All kill streaks are available from buy station or as ground loot. Okay. Bunker buster mid-season. Awesome. That's why I highlighted. I was like, I wonder if when they're really gonna bring that back. 3 of the contracts currently available Warzone are confirmed to Verdansk. Bounty, Most Wanted, and the Scavenger. Okay. Returning contract. Launch. Recon at that point. Okay. The supply run, we already went over that. And the contract multiplier, which is really huge. Keep an eye on the completing contracts throughout the entire match as the original contract multiplier system is back. This is an additive bonus to each completed contract payout after the first one, which increases every time you and your squad successfully complete contracts. Need cash fast, then consider the following. Complete more than one contract for the additional bonus money. The type of contract isn't important. Finish any contract you like. Every contract across Verdansk receives an additional bonus 30% of cash payout. The bonus capped after you finish the 5th contract. And no, this bonus doesn't apply to XP. So that's kind of unfortunate. I definitely would have liked to seen it apply to XP. Obviously, the money thing is going to make it easier for in-game. In-game bounty bound together. This is mid-season, and the recon on the train, whatever the train, moving around the rails of the Verdansk mid-season. The returning recon contract also becomes available with the train's cargo carriages. Activating this is riskier than normal recons as data applies happen to the train itself. Okay. In-match public events, fire sales, jailbreak, restocks, loadout drops. Awesome. Original capture the flag. Okay. I wonder, that flag's got to be very see-through. I mean, the original one was, oh god, and some of them like it ate the bullets, so that was not fun. Though technically a variant, the only way to emerge from the Gulag victorious is to claim the Gulag flag if defeating your opponent is proving trickier than anticipated. Flag position in the middle. Okay. Heli, cargo truck, LTV, Polaris, ATV, Verdansk launch. Okay. I just got the pictures of all cargo truck. We already knew this stuff was coming. LTV, Polaris, ATV. The collapsing circle of acrid gas that suffocates stranglers. Okay. So they did fix this dead zone, which is huge. Mac interactive elements. And they were just talking about the vertical senders and where they're putting them, placements, exterior senders above. Yep. Kind of already read all that. Original train station, interior access mid. Okay. First unlocked during season 5, the interior covered footbridge and mezzanine shopping mall within the train station POI is scheduled to open, so it's gonna be closed when it first launches. Original moving train, the fearsome looking train, and the numerous loot-filled carriages is reported to head towards the map at mid-season, following along a predetermined path in a large circle around much of the rail lines. It can't be controlled by the operatives yet. That's good. I think it's not going to be able to control, but they're going to fix that down the road. New areas, both on the surface and within the subterranean, blank across the Verdansk, are being actively monitored by the signs of blank. Additionally, partially redacted reports of blank that have been seen blank, also tracking intel blank. I have no idea what the fuck I just read. I'll let you guys kind of decipher that one. New areas both on the surface and within subterranean. Boom. That's all I needed to read right there. Across Verdansk are being actively monitored of signs of radioactivity. I don't know. Maybe nukes. I don't know. Additionally, partially redacted reports of blank that have been seen blank, also on tracking. I don't know. Quality of life improvements launch mid-season. We kind of talked about a lot of this. They went over a lot of it. Squad redeploy, the button. View attachments, that's kind of what it's going to look like. It's in that bottom right corner, so that's awesome. Prioritize favorite loadout in the gunsmith. Now when you finish your loadout, preferred loadout in the gunsmith, set your favorite loadouts. Loadout is prioritized and move to the top of the list. Awesome. TAC map zoom and centering settings. New TAC map settings under map assist offered improved control options: auto zoom and center, auto center zoom and center once, and off, giving players flexibility on how their map behaves for better navigation. Okay. Detailed death recap widget. Oh, nice. Affected by unsuppressed weapon, live ping, and a recon. So people live ping you, you'll be able to know if there's a recon in the air. You'll know an unsuppressed weapon. That's all. That's great. That's really great, especially if you think people are hacking. Every time you're eliminated in a match, you're likely to get a glimpse of your opponent for a brief HUD message regarding how they managed to defeat you. This death recap will be further augmented with more details showcasing gameplay elements that the attacker utilized during the fight. Current and new recaps include lists of the attackers with their name, weapon, damage, and hits. This appears currently in Call of Duty. The new ones: affected by ping if an enemy you have pinged via line of sight. Affected by UAV if enemy had you pinged on the minimap via UAV, UAV tower if available, or advanced UAV. Affected by unsuppressed weapon if you're firing your weapon revealed your location on the minimap to nearby enemies. Alright, as the season progresses, this feature will roll out an additional gameplay tracking elements assisting you in understanding how you were felled in combat, and more importantly, how to get the upper hand in your next fight. Huge. That's big W. Updated widget, field upgrades when you're playing duos, trios, quads. It's important to know that your teammates are carrying yelling questions over comms in one option, but the better plan is to quickly check the squad widget. Yeah, exactly. And we were just talking about that. If you know what your teammates have, it gives you the upper hand or the ability to make plays that you didn't think you had before. A new setting has been added that lets you control how long pings stay on your screen. Choose from multiple options. Okay. Really know Verdansk inside and out. Secrets of Verdansk. Redacted content. Between March 2020 and December 21, when Verdansk was an active map, investigations across the combat zone began to reveal the host of hidden items, communications, and evidence, much of the hidden well away from the prying eyes. On your returning to Verdansk, it's well your time checking out of the way places, searching for clues, and finding blank, allowing you to blank both old and new with a wealth of history over the 5 years. Blank opening up, blank, including tracking blank than ever before. Okay, bunch of Easter eggs coming. We love that. Gives us that Verdansk feel. Confirmed 150 players. Major launch event, major rewards, free major rewards in the Return of Verdansk, and include Kilo, 2 Modern Warfare 19 operators for Warzone only, the infamous Cali sticks, and a special Verdansk themed operator skin for Kane in the Ultimate Reward. So you really want to play the major event because you're going to get a bunch of stuff that you're going to be able to use, you're going to want to use. A new grind set, 4 free weapons available at Season 3 launch and during the Return of Verdansk event are confirmed and detailed. Obviously, the Kilo, the AMAX sniper are going to be those ones. Okay. It's a fond farewell for Urzikstan as players wanting to drop in the current big map around. 1 week left. Useful before retired. Also, it's not goodbye to Area 99 as Nevada test site goes on a hiatus for a limited time. So Area 9 will come back if you like Area 99. Don't expect it to go anywhere. It's still going to be. Returning maps, Verdansk launch, Rebirth Island launch window. So I'm guessing like 3 or 4 days. Around there. Returning maps, okay, let's see. We read that. 150 players, 25-minute matches, loot, upgrade, survive. Update casual. So 148 players and bots. 28 players up to 120 bots. That's kind of interesting. Loot, upgrade, survive with a new kind of opponent. Whether you're warming up but want a battle royale match that isn't quite as intense as facing off against 149 human opponents, or need to build your confidence, battle royale casual is likely the game mode for you. Expect same rules as BR and up to 27 other players dropping in with you, but the majority of the opponents use computer-controlled bots who may or may not be experiencing skill issues of varying severity. Like Call of Duty Warzone Bootcamp, game progression is limited in this mode, and results will not count towards or against your stats. This mode also doesn't count towards your eligible accessing BR ranked play when it arrives. Okay. So it seems like this is just for the bots. This is something I was like camel grind. I want a camel grind in here, but I don't know if we'll be able to camel grind in there, but that's okay. Under quads, Verdansk launch window. Oh no, Verdansk launch. This will be at launch. 100 players, 20-minute matches. Returning Call of Duty Warzone Bootcamp. Returning Rebirth Island launch window. Let's see. Resurgence, Wipeout, Survive. A favorite mode to many, but one that's difficult to conquer. You're here to survive the redeploy fallen teammates as well as scoring by dispatching enemies, equipment, opening crates, and completing contracts to return your squad mates more rapidly. Drop into the fray on Rebirth just hours after launch. So it's literally hours. I said days, it's hours. So we're good there. Nobody freak out if you guys are a Rebirth demon. Battle Royale rank play mid-season, halfway through. The mode that never quite made it to Verdansk Battle Royale ranked play is back in a big way at mid-season. Squad up into your preferred trio and ensure your dominance over 49 other teams. 150 player ranked play hits Call of Duty Warzone's first Battle Royale map. So they're moving it up to 150. I think right now it's at 120. More modes mid-season. They expect mid-season to bring additional modes to the Verdansk, including the LTM high trip with massive resurgence potential and special narrator and comms and gameplay boost to leave your enemies in a pile of ash. Awesome. Event, the Return of Verdansk. We were just talking about that. All the rewards. Reassemble the squad and drop back into the former stomping grounds for an exciting homecoming and celebration. Takes the form of a series challenge scattered across 12 distinct event-only zones with Verdansk. Fight your way across Verdansk and explore 12 unique zones. Find hidden safes. Discover one safe in each zone and open them for exclusive rewards. That's a cool way for an event to happen. I think that's a little bit better than just looting boxes and finding little tokens. Safes have a rare chance of awarding an event-exclusive operator skin. Will you be one of the lucky few? Okay. I like that. Exclusive. Makes people play more. Firstly, let's talk about the 6 rewards you can automatically unlock for accessing Call of Duty Warzone. Primary is the Kilo. The operator's Domino. That's her right there. Milsim, ESUF, Warzone only. And then instant unlocks, Contrail, Blue Legacy. Parachute is coming home. gun screen like we never left. Okay. If you don't take advantage optionally via special free trial of leveling up the Kilo assault rifle in the previous 24-hour countdown between the time the premium game and Call of Duty Warzone launched, the weapon becomes available now. So that's like during that time period that Warzone's down. If you try and lock in, you'll unlock the Kilo. Operators Domino Milsim USF become available at this time as well and only accessible in BO6 section of the operators menu. Both operators are now available in Black Ops 6. Blue Legacy Control, Coming Home Parachute, and Like We Never Left Gun Screen are instant GRAT rewards for Call of Duty Warzone veterans only. The game checks your Activision ID, and if you played in the original Verdansk map or Verdansk 84 on that account, you're rewarded with 3 previously listed items. Remember to equip them in the barracks menu. Sweet, so that's cool. If for some reason you're a premium player, don't access Call of Duty Warzone between launch at the end of the. Okay, so if you're already on the game, you're fine. Sweet, and this is kind of the map of where like you need to get the loot boxes in these areas. Yeah, it's a cool event. It's not like crazy, but it's definitely something. It's not so cut and dry. Once the event begins, you and your squad are encouraged to explore the entirety of the Verdansk map. Any of the following game modes, and I feel like Fortnite does this a little bit with some of their maps. Like once a new map drops, they like have these portions of it closed, and you don't open them up until like you've covered it. Okay. Event zone, and these are just listing off the event zones. There's 12 of them. And up right here again. Okay. Actual missions you're undertaking during the event is to choose the zone and thoroughly explore for the hidden safes. The multiple safes across each zone. You and your squad can open up as many hidden safes as you can to find during the match. Each safe can only be opened once, and when opened, expect an explosive indication invisible or rival teams, and the safe has been cracked. Okay. When you open a hidden safe, there are 3 possible outcomes: supply loot, zone reward, and special reward, which is redacted. Supply loot, the hidden safe contains a variety of ground loot and no other rewards. Zone reward, a hidden safe contains an event reward. Each zone has a specific reward from the first 12 listed below. Okay. These are the 12 rewards: loading screen, emblem, calling card, decal, charm, calling card, finishing move, spray, emote, a token, a sticker, and another calling card. So pretty solid to me. This looks sick. Holy shit. Mastery rewards all player. Cali stick, once your safe opening skills have been yielded dividends, you acquired all 12 event rewards. You are automatically rewarded with the infamous melee weapon from Modern Warfare 19, the dual wielding batons that must change the melee meta, the Cali stick. Special challenge: operator skin Kane Trailblazer. Be on the lookout as opening blank hidden safes also have the blank chance to grant you a special Trailblazer, which must be this guy. He looks sick. This looks really sick. This is like the kind of like operators that I think that a lot of people, I would be okay with, like, these were the goofy skins. I know they're kind of getting crazy with the skins, but if these were the skins we were getting and they were kind of exclusive, they came with events and they kind of had colors and they glue a little, like, I'd be okay with that if this was as crazy as it got. A new grind set initial weapons detail prior to the season 3 announcement blog on March 27th, which fully details all the incoming weapons and special attachments are covered. We're detailing the weapons confirmed so far. Kilo, AMAX, already kind of gone over that. HDR. This is just going over like the mag sizes, like 3 mags, mag size 30. Got mastery badges, all that stuff. I'm not really gonna get too into that because this video is going a little bit longer than I wanted it to. So we're kind of just gonna skim past that. We're on the last part. Let's see. So there's a free trial. 9 a.m. Pacific time. They're gonna drop it April 3rd. And to roll out across 2 separate days. Sweet. So Wednesday, it'll shut down at 2 a.m. for Warzone. Bunch of stuff for. You can get the battle pass around then. Yeah. So it's gonna just be zombies and MP. Countdown will begin. And so you can level up your guns at this point, right? So if you have guns, you're going to be able to get the Kilo and the AMAX and the HDR. You're going to want to try and upgrade those while it's all down. Stand in for your first return drop to Verdansk. Departure is imminent. In-game message will direct you to appropriate menus. Various rewards prior to your first match will be granted. Reach, odd shop, and I think that's it, guys. A lot that we really just went over. All of it really is just narrowing it down to that they're really focused on this. This seems that they're really giving us the original feel. They're going for down to movements. Shooting in the sky is one of the bigger ones to me. Shooting down the free fall, that was one of the bigger things that came back. A lot of the quality of life things that, hey, these were older, so we kind of made some adjustments to the menu, to the field upgrades in this widget. When you look at guns now, you're able to kind of see what attachments are on each gun, and that's going to be cool as well. New modes like the Battle Royale Casual, you're going to have your events. The new event seems cool, and it looks like the rewards they're already gearing up for some pretty cool rewards down the line. So I appreciate you guys. I know this was a long video, but I appreciate you guys sticking with me. If you guys haven't already, please make sure you follow, like the video, subscribe. I'm trying to work my way up to 400 subscribers going into Verdansk, and I want to keep this ball rolling. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll catch you guys real soon.